Hi everybody, Jack Benedict with you, and welcome to the Coach Curt Cignetti Show. We're here to talk IUP Crimson Hawks football, playoff football that is, after a resounding win 47-21 over Charleston in West Virginia last week. And Curt, let's talk about this game. Let's go from halftime. So it's 14-6 at the half, and things are so-so, and some things here or there maybe didn't go right, but you were in the game. The speech at halftime, was it a big speech? How did you approach it?
Well, and those things get overplayed a little bit, but I'll tell you, at halftime I thought our guys were a little bit disappointed and a little bit frustrated. They were in a state that I had not seen them in any of the halftimes that we had played up to this point. So, the approach really was, as a staff we made whatever adjustments we had to make. Mm-hmm. And then did a good job of coaching them at halftime. And my whole thing with the team was, look guys, look how far we've come, look at everything we've been through. Okay, we had an opportunity to jump on them early in the game, but we didn't, and that's over. Okay, now here we are. I said, look, we're down one score and a 2-point conversion. Our biggest enemy right now, or opponent or challenge, is not Charleston, but ourselves and our own mindset. We got to go out there and just play like we can play, relax, get rid of the anxiety, get rid of the frustration, and play it one play at a time. But play it like it's nothing, and not down 8. Because when you play it like you're down 8, sometimes there's a little desperation. And we right off the bat we went out. They got a good kickoff return coming out, but we forced a fumble, and then it kind of began.
Mm-hmm. Kind of unraveled for them. But was there any particular play? Of course, the block punt was big. Mm-hmm. You forced a lot of fumbles. There were just so many things as you went on to score 34 unanswered.
Yeah, well, the block punt was key. And because we went right in and scored in 2 plays. And then the ensuing kickoff, they didn't field the ball. There was a little bit of a wind. And then they had a chance to recover it, and Aquino Robertson knocked it loose, and Eric Doe recovered it. And we went in and scored again. And the fumble, too, where the officials, the inadvertent whistle. Yeah, it was definitely a fumble. It was a long run, And, they got it right, and I give them a lot of credit for that. I thought the game was very well officiated. And we scored the last 34.
Yeah.
And
well, that with the inadvertent thing, too, credit the officials again, because in the Division II game, we don't have this replay that you can go, right. And they didn't make a hasty decision on it.
Yeah, they talked about it quite a while, and I think there were 3 or 4 sets of eyes that saw it and overruled the one official that had called it down. So,
the kickoff that IUP recovered, that wasn't by design, was it? It got hung up in the wind.
Got hung up in the wind. If you recall the first kickoff of the game, their opening kickoff hit the ground too, and fortunately Walt got a good bounce. And the wind didn't seem like it was very strong, but it was a major factor kicking off, and they just didn't field it.
Again, you got tremendous defensive play from a lot of people. Offensively, the rushing yardage again. Mm-hmm. Credit the offensive line.
Yeah.
The running of Chris Temple, and then, of course, there's Lenny Williams.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to defend, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. And, I thought our line really played very well. And I thought Chris really ran well. And, of course, Lenny makes those plays and just creates so many problems, for the defense. And then you mix in, we threw it 15 times, which isn't a lot, but we did have a big touchdown pass to Sean McVay. That was a huge play. And so.
Describe that play, how it developed, because you could see him cutting across. Mm-hmm. And Lenny found him. That's his first touchdown as a senior. That's great.
Right. Well, it's a play we actually had in during the week, but during the course of the game, we talked about presenting it a little bit differently. This is as the game was going on with some motion, starting Walt out to the field and bringing them in motion. And so we talked about it on the sideline. We kind of changed the protection from strong to weak on it too. And we wanted to make sure the kids could grasp what we wanted done. And they brought an interior blitz, so the middle of the field was open, and Sean won on his route, and Lenny delivered the ball right there. And we had so much going on in the route, and they were in a form of man. that once Sean caught the ball, he had green grass to the sideline. He outran a couple people, may have picked up a block or two. So it was a big play, and it was great to see, it happened for Sean, who's a fifth-year senior,
Right.
playing some really good football for us right now, too.
Yeah, he's been plagued by injuries, and off and on. He was a great possession receiver. You really feel good for a kid that's been around that long. Defensively, again, I'll go back 5 sacks. Again, different people coming in, spelling. You didn't have Karan Gibson for a while. You were banged up a little bit here and there. The young guys stepped up for you.
Yeah, they did. And we lost some guys really early in the game. We lost Karan early in the game. Matt Moad went out and came back in, so you're playing a lot of new people and different people. And all those guys that we've talked about. Jamel Everett has been playing great football all year long, and Dylan Scott came in and did a good job. Justin Weldon was in and out with an ankle. Jordan Diven, Jordan Batts, DeAndre Easterling, CJ Odegabu, and I might be forgetting Diamond Jones.
Diamond Jones
playing a lot of defensive end right now.
Blocked a punt for you.
Yeah, and that was probably the big play of the game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that was a tremendous play, and it's good to see that a lot of these young guys have really developed over the course of the season. By the way, it was credited to you and the coaching staff and the team. I know the season's going to continue here. 11 guys named All-Stars this year. Very deserving. I know Walt Pegues was left out somehow or another. Yeah. I don't know how they missed him, but and of course Lenny gets Freshman of the Year. But that's a credit to you guys and to the players themselves.
Yeah, it's a credit to all those guys, and I think all those guys would be the first to admit it's a team effort. I think we got a lot of really good players maybe that didn't get mentioned. It's just the way the system works. Sometimes everyone can't get mentioned. Walt Pegues is certainly a great player for us. He's had 3 punt returns for touchdowns, all called back by penalty.
Yeah.
And so I was happy for those guys, but I'm still proud of all the guys that are contributing. Because we got so many different people contributing in so many different ways. Yeah,
you had Luigi, of course, got shaken up, I guess was an ankle. He came in, he did his thing for a while too.
Yeah, he did, and went out with a foot, and I'm sorry to see that happen, and hopefully we can get him back this week.
Okay, let's talk about Shepherd. They've been number 1, they've been in the top 10 all year, they're undefeated, did not play last week. Let me ask you this, if you were in the playoffs and had a bye week, would you like that or not? Would you prefer always playing?
Well, I think it's good for getting healed up. Now, there can be a little bit of a disruption in terms of your rhythm. So I think, there's some pros and cons to both. Mm-hmm. They've had our tape since Thursday per NCAA rules, so they've had a couple extra days to prepare for us. But, they're 10-0. They play in the same conference as Charleston, and they won the conference. It's their 5th undefeated season. They're the number 1 ranked team in the region. They had 20 players make all conference, 9 first team, 9 second team. And, they're a really good football team. And the quarterback was the player of the year on offense, 26 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. Defensive end, number 9, was player of the year on defense. So, they got a lot of really good athletes. They're very well coached. They have not played many close games. Concord gave them a game on the road, so did Glenville. Mm-hmm. And, it'll be a big challenge, but also a great opportunity for us.
Many IUP fans will ask me, say, how can Shepherd be so good year after year? Consistently, they are solid. They have a long, Monty Cater has been there for a while, a very established coach. But they're in a good region for recruiting, aren't they?
Yeah, and I don't know everything about their program, but they have a lot of players from Maryland and Northern Virginia, which is kind of a hotbed for Division II recruiting. We're starting to tap into that market pretty strong ourselves. Mm-hmm. And they've got great tradition, and they've been on top for a long time, and Monty does a great job coaching.
All right, let's talk about how you're going to handle it this week. We're taping early in the week, right. And of course the trip is not as far as Charleston. Right. How do you handle it this week? You've been giving them Mondays off.
Yeah, I mean, today will be kind of our typical Monday for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, when we started getting all the guys banged up, we kind of lightened up a little bit at practice. So today will be meetings and weights, and we'll be on Shepherd pretty good. And tomorrow will be a normal Tuesday. Wednesday will be a normal Wednesday. Thursday, we'll probably start our meetings a little sooner, get off the practice field, just after lunchtime, so a lot of the local guys can go home for Thanksgiving, and reconvene Friday, with our meetings and our walkthrough, and then leave for Shepherd. Mm-hmm.
Well, all in all, the key too, I guess, is get some of the guys who are banged up get them healed. You went in almost, I don't want to say 100%, but pretty close to that going into the game. How did you come out to this point? I know there's still to be determined.
Well, I think we came out in pretty good shape. I mean, we got a couple guys that are nicked up in their day-to-day, so, we'll find out. But we got, and I'm confident that most of them will be able to go. If not, we have capable people that can play. So, this game's going to be all about us. And, we're a very good football team. And when we're doing the things you have to do to be successful, I have total confidence in our guys. I mean, I don't care where we play. I have 100% confidence in our team. And I was really happy to see our special teams start to step up too and make some big plays in the game. We've talked about a couple of them. Alan Wright made a great play on a punt, knocked the ball in, in play. We got it on the 1 yard line. Our punter kicked well, our kicker's kicking better. So, I'm really excited about our football team right now.
Yeah. Jordan Spangler, punter, Ryan Stewart. How difficult is it for any kicker, 2 sets of uprights? College on the inside, high school on the other. Boy, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little different, but if you split the middle, it doesn't make a difference.
Matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, all in all, I think I asked you this on a radio show one time about this team of yours.
Yeah.
And how far, I don't know, early in the year you thought they could go, that if there was a certain turning point.
I liked this team a lot in camp. I really had a special feeling about this team. I thought they were very together and very focused. We had a disappointing opener where we jumped up 27-6, and whether we let up or whatever it was, we didn't finish the game. So we talked after that game about a couple things we need to do to improve. Finishing games was one of them, developing a killer instinct, getting guys to do their job more consistently, developing more mental toughness. And, I think every week we kind of responded and improved in a lot of areas. It wasn't always perfect, obviously. And, we've gotten to this point. I mean, it was a championship-type game, atmosphere up at Slippery Rock. We did some things that prohibited us from winning the game. That was another learning experience for this young team. And so we keep taking the next step. We talked a lot about Ohio State, Virginia Tech at the beginning of the season in terms of Ohio State dropping their opener last year and then winning the national championship. And this game is just the next step.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Okay. It's a shorter trip. I'm sure we'll have more fans there. They're enthusiastic. Looks like it's going to be a decent day again, and that's almost too much to ask for at the end of November, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be. Well, good luck to the guys. Keep them healthy, and let's have some fun again.
Thanks, Jack.
Coach Curt Cignetti with us, and the game will be kickoff at 12:05 at Shepherdstown, West Virginia. IUP and Shepherd, the Rams, as we go at it again in the NCAA playoffs continue. For the coach, this is Jack Benedict. Have a nice evening.